crank up the volume because you're about to enter the realm of rebels and rock stars. Unleashing the thunder from down under the stage. We're diving deep with a deviance of melody, rhythm, and chaos. Now push up your sleeves and get ready to dive into the pit. It's time for Sitting with the Slimy Bastards, Music Edition.
Welcome to the Slimy Bastard podcast show. Finally back going after some racing in Boone and that for the Super Nationals. And tonight's guest, I'm actually been, I don't know, I've had mixed feelings on the good feelings, but there's a lot of history with us here. And I'm pleased to have on a band that I've actually worked with quite a bit when I lived back in Idaho and managed them and booked their shows and did quite a bit, a lot of different shit. And but welcome to the show. I got the lone two guys, Jer and Waylon, Denots all the way in Southeast Idaho coming on. And I couldn't be happier to have you guys on, man, because it's I've been anticipating this episode and how it would go and everything. And I've had some different ideas, but welcome to the show.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks for having us. That's awesome.
Thank you.
We're excited to be here.
Yeah, and my voice is fucking trash because I'm just getting over walking pneumonia and strep throat and shit. And it's been kind of crazy. Ever since I went down to New Orleans in June, I've had nothing but shit happen to me. It's crazy. I've had injections in my knees for arthritis, fucking colds. It's just been one thing after another. But yeah. How you guys been, man?
Been good. You know? Yeah.
What's been happening on home front with obviously you guys got a new drummer. For those that don't know, when you guys were actually well, I shouldn't say but when I first came onto the scene with you guys, to give everybody kind of a back history of how we came across paths and that, I was actually at the Skid Row show. You guys opened up for Skid Row. And
it was Prong.
That's what it was. Prong. Yep, you're right. Yep, yeah. It's Prong. And anyway, Darren was flying around there. You know how he is. And of course, your old drummer, Darren Christensen. And we got to be talking, and I was actually doing some stuff with Roadrunner doing their street team stuff still then. And anyway, we got to be talking, took me over to your guys' place, and just kind of one thing led to another. And that's where we started, kind of went over some goals and went over what we were after. And the big thing was getting that Jägermeister music sponsorship. And God, we did that, within 4 or 5 months of really kind of getting joined forces, right?
Yeah. I didn't take long at all. Yeah, you knew right what to do. And we got that backstage there in the VIP place there in Billings with Hemlock and Killswitch Engage and Slayer. And that was awesome. Got to meet all the Jaeger guys.
Yeah. That was the night Dimebag was shot.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. And but we have a lot of video of this shit because we went up there, right? We got up there early and we were hanging out with all these guys before the show.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, remember, we had this little mini tour van, our minivan that I had. And we're sitting in that minivan and we're doing the camcorder, and I go to you. I said, Jared, pull up to this guy. I'm going to fuck with this security guard here a little bit. So we come up there and I go, what's going on here? And he's like, I don't know, some band's in town. And I go, what was it? Something with, you ever heard of Slayer, or what do you think of Slayer, or some damn thing like that? Then he ends up taking bong rips with you, right? Isn't that what, you remember that at all?
I don't.
Jesus, man.
I remember parts of the night, but I don't remember that part specifically, but that sounds about right.
Well, you take that time frame and you take the Southeast Idaho music scene, which you guys are there, still there actively playing and everything. Back then, it was kind of an upcoming thing, and you guys were probably one of the bigger bands. I'd say you, Death in December, maybe Hate Locker, probably one of the bigger bands in that Southeast Idaho region at that time. Would you not?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like there were a lot more bands back then, though, in the area. You had a Two Pump Chump, and you had Mourn the Loss, and it's hard to think of some of the other bands. There was like Growing Force of Change, and
Neck Brace.
Yeah, oh yeah, Neck Brace. Yeah, they were great. Yeah, there were a lot of bands back then. You had
Dr. Seuss is dead.
Dr. Seuss. You had Dementia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a pretty good underground following at that time, right?
Yeah.
And and then once that Jägermeister stuff started kicking in and we started getting them shows in that area in the bar, I mean, it was nothing we would sell out the Ritz almost every time we'd play there. Same way with what's the one down there up there in Rigby?
Oh, the old time tavern.
And Old Time Tavern.
Oh yeah.
And
supposedly a record there with selling 42 bottles of Jaeger in one night. Yeah.
Yeah. But the kicker of that is how we worked those deals, because then we started getting kickbacks on what the bar did on that shit. And then, I don't know how times are now with that. I don't know. Are you guys still able to do that kind of stuff?
Not really. I mean, it's totally different, and especially with the Jaeger. I mean, we don't push Jaeger anymore. I don't know if Jaeger works with hardly any bands anymore. Yeah. Even Hemlock don't even, work with Jaeger, and right. So we're not actively out there pushing booze or whatnot. Right. And it'd be nice if Jaeger still did stuff. We still, we still have some of the swag that we give out, and we still got a banner, and we got apparel and different things we still, wear and whatnot, but I still got a damn Jaeger wristbands and all sorts of stuff. But I mean, we don't really get too much of that going on anymore. And
I mean, it's just not a part of the thing anymore.
Yeah, it was like the wild fucking West. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of them, Waylon, I know you came on later, and I mean, you were always around the band before you joined. You replaced Matt on bass and that. But even when you came around and that, out of every place that you guys have played, and what show, I have my answer, and I'll give it after I hear your guys's. But what's your favorite show that you guys played?
Oh wow, there's been a few. I mean, the Dimebag tributes that we would play in Salt Lake were always good.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the venue, but
it was
Club Vegas.
Club Vegas.
Oh yeah,
Dusty owned it.
Yep, Dusty. Those are all good. We've done shows lately. We did Dead a few years back. At the gym, and that was a really, really good show. A lot of people there. It was fun.
Yeah. People lined up down the sidewalk. They had to stop letting people in. It was insane.
Yep. Wow. What about you, Jared?
I don't know. I mean, there were so many. I mean, you're talking kind of strictly back in the day when you're
anything in general. I mean, it's your career, right? Or your
I mean, I almost agree with Waylon. That Dead show at the gym was insane. The amount of people that were in there and the vibe, and I think there were only like 3 bands, and we played right before Dead. I don't even know do you know who Dead is? They had that hit. Yeah, they have a hit song few years back. God, what the hell, anti everything, is that what it is?
Yeah.
God, they just, it was right when that song was just hitting, and K-Bear brought him in, and I mean, that show was insane, so that was fun. But I mean, back in the day, I remember just even that prong show where we met you. God, that was fun, and not even just us playing, but just out there moshing to prong. I mean, I never thought I'd see prong, let alone get to open up for him.
Yeah.
And so that was, right there at the goddamn the Rock or whatever it was called. Was it the Ritz? The Rock?
The Ritz. Yeah.
The Ritz. Yeah. They changed the name so many times. They were Rock and Horse and different things. But yeah, I mean, that was cool. The very first one we ever opened up for band was the Suicidal Tendencies down there in Pocatello. I mean, that one, that was killer because that was always one of my favorite bands,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Then I mean, like that BFE that you got us on, that one was killer. That was a lot of freaking people.
That stop and think about that show for a minute.
Yeah.
That show there you had Clutch, then you had Papa Roach, and then you had CKY, Living Color,
Candlebox.
Candlebox. And there's some big names on that bill.
Yeah, there are more if we could even think of them.
Yeah. That was a big show.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of people and a real good time for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think out of all of them from when I was involved with you guys, I think the one that stood out the most is that night at Old Time Tavern when we rode through there with the Jaegerfest. When is that all day? I mean, Jesus, that place was just packed.
I think that's the time we sold all those 42 bottles.
Yeah. And then the whole downstairs was just all for the bands and everything. And there's more shit going on down there than that was a fun night.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost forgot about that. That was that when we had like those guys from California that was always working with Marty.
Yeah.
What are they called?
We had almost 10 bands on that tour. Because you had Narcotics Cell from Omaha out here. They came out for it. Switchpin in Denver. And then Paleface. Paleface from Boise. Yeah. And then Rigshaw from Salt Lake. Jesus Rides a Rigshaw. And God, who else was on there? Dome Shots. Dome Shots in Northwest Royale.
Oh shit.
And
some good fucking bands.
Yeah. And then Hate Locker opened up in that show.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Damn.
And you take all them bands right there. There's even like Dome Shots. I think Dome Shots could have had a huge career in the label. Just one of them underground bands that were, you know what I mean? I thought they always sounded great. I
never heard of them. Never heard of them again after that.
Yeah.
We did a couple tours with them and whatnot, and then it's like they just fell off the earth. I don't know what the hell happened to them.
But like Cryptobiotic out of Salt Lake City. God, there's another great band,
Yeah, they were way good.
And a lot of fun with them guys on the road. I mean, you just look back. I got so many fucking videos on tour with all that shit, And Six was another band on that Jaeger tour.
Oh yeah.
Because remember we did that Dial Up, and we kept fucking with what was his name? The lead singer of Six.
Oh fuck.
Kind of he kind of remind me of a Chino from Deftones. It's kind of the vibe. He kind of, you know what I mean? Wasn't it Lauren or something like that?
All I remember is he would always say that fuck Elvis, Johnny Cash was the king of rock and roll, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
think it's like Lauren or something. Rob, that you would know.
Sounds familiar.
because we found a doll that looked just like him. Then we fucking did it all up. And
Oh shit.
but yeah.
Yeah.
How things been now with the new lineup? Tell me about your new drummer and how things going there.
Well, I mean, even before that, when Darren was still, because Darren come back in 22 and did a handful of shows with us and whatnot, but it's hard for him to drive up from Tremont, a 2-hour drive. But he was hanging in there for a while, and then Rob, my son Robin was playing the guitar for us for like 5 years. And then, he had a kid, and so he wanted to stay home and take care of his kid and, raise that kid. And so, he kind of quit, and then Rob came back, and it's been cool. I mean, he's kind of brought new life to us. He's got some badass riffs, man. I mean, we've been writing songs together, and him and me and Waylon, sometimes it's good we didn't have a drummer because we're able to sit there and work out these parts to these songs and really hone them down, and so, with the shit that Rob's bringing in, it kind of revitalized us and got us going in a good direction, and so we're super excited about that. And then, then we've been looking around for the different drummer, and we got Worm on with us now, and we think he's going to work out. So, we're pretty stoked with that, so yeah, fucking Worm.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear some of the, because I've heard some of your, your TikTok videos and everything like that. And some of it, I can't wait to hear it. I've always loved, you come up with some badass shit, and just even, and that's a big role. I'm not going to lie. Darren was actually a phenomenal drummer in my books. I thought he was fucking an amazing drummer.
Yeah.
And, but his double bass was just so smooth. I always thought, especially in, when you guys were recording Decadence and D backwards. But anyway, I was telling a buddy the other day when I think it was the Mushroom. We were opening for Mushroom Head. Is Mushroom Head dope?
Oh shit!
And wasn't it Soil? It was Soil, because we were in Boise. We did, I think, 3 or 4 nights on that tour, and the last night was in Boise.
Yeah,
and our set got cut short because of time, and then Darren got all fucking inked up, and I'll never forget this as long as I live. I was standing next to Jarrett back there at the merch booth. We're standing there having a beer, and we're like, Jesus. Then Jared turns to me and he goes, we've had a pretty good run here the last couple of days, sold some shit. And he's like, fuck yeah. And next thing you know, Jeffrey Nothing of Mushroom Head's like, I want to give a shout out to my guys in Denots. They toured all this way and our set got cut short.
It was Waylon. It was Waylon on Mushroom Head.
Was that who it was? Yeah. Okay. And anyway, we're like, fuck yeah. Next thing you know, here comes fucking Darren out there wanting to give a fucking hug. All the guys, and them security guards, we just on them like flies on shit, And that guitar player for Soil turned to Jared and he goes, isn't that your guitar player up there? And Jared goes, yep. And he's just getting fucking steamrolled. And then he turns to me and he's like, what the fuck is he thinking? Is this funnier than hell? Isn't that your guitar player up there? Yeah.
Yeah. I think he thought Waylon from Mushroom Head was just gonna give him a big hug and be all excited about it, and but Waylon's just like, who the fuck is this drunk guy?
Yeah. And then of all things, he doesn't look like he's in the band, right? Because he always wore that big oversized coat, that looks like he just got done shopping at the Five and Dime. And
oh shit!
There comes walking out, But Yeah, that's the night where he come flying up out of the back seat because I think he was shrooming a little bit. And he come flying out of the back seat. I'm on fire. Fucking full steam, you know.
Oh yeah. We were all knocked out, and in a way.
Yeah.
Waylon, were you with us when we went down to San Diego that week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you remember that stop in Vegas, right?
Oh yeah.
And that's actually when Pickles was still alive.
Oh yeah.
What was your brother's band's name?
Dementia.
Dementia. Yeah, we all went down there together, but we all kind of met in Vegas and that. And but you heard about what happened that night, didn't you, Waylon?
I can't remember. I'm sure I did.
Nick and his wife and all them got that hotel room, right? Well, Jared and I ended up staying in the van.
Yeah, we were guarding the gear.
Yeah, because we wanted to guard the gear and shit in the van. And we took turns kind of watching shit. And anyway, but Darren got all fucking tanked up or whatever. Ends up back up in the room, and he comes stumbling into the room, and he falls. You know the nightstand in between the two beds. He falls, and his head gets stuck in between the mattress of the bed and the nightstand. And he starts fucking kicking and screaming. He starts screaming out, "They got me! They got me!" And Nick wakes up and he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And he's Darren sitting there kicking, and he's like, "Dude, you're fucking." But yeah, that was a fun trip. That was a real fun trip too.
Yeah, I remember the best one we played on that trip was in Torrance.
Yeah,
like a little VFW hall or something, man. But
yeah,
it was good.
That was with Jeff. What was that band's name? Irate.
That's who I was thinking of. They were at that Jaegerfest. That's the one I was thinking of from LA.
Yep. That's right.
They're still doing stuff.
Yeah. I don't know I wonder if that Jeff had cancer. I don't know if he's still alive or not. Of course, we're talking about Jeff, the manager of Irate out there in LA, which
I think he is. I still see him on there.
Yeah.
Still see him on Facebook and whatnot. Yeah.
Jesus, nice. I've never been so fucking. I've never been that so fucking stoned in my life as when I left that fucking place. You remember that? That morning when we left to go to San Diego, Jesus.
Yeah.
But it was a cool drive because we just took the highway, right? We only took the two-way highway. We didn't take the interstate. So we took that back highway, the ocean highway, and we just cruised the ocean all the way down there. It's a cool fucking drive. I'll never forget it. It is a great drive. But God, yeah, he loaded us up pretty good out there. How is old? What's your buddy's name out there in San Diego?
Jason.
Yeah, Jason Smith. How's he been?
He's doing good, man. He's been there for years and years. He's got married. He just put out an album that him and a couple of his buddies had made. Lake of Maggots. That's what it's called. And I think it's like an EP, or I don't know how many songs are in it total, but yeah, he's been promoting it constantly. It just dropped like 2 weeks ago or something. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, he's doing real good.
Awesome. He was a hell of a guitar player too.
Yeah, it's some pretty heavy shit.
Really?
Yeah.
When we stayed out there, what'd we put up? The Van Sevenfold poster up in his house there.
The Seven Dust? So you're talking about?
Some of it. Yeah, when we stayed at his place there in San Diego, I think he there's something about Avenged Sevenfold that he couldn't stand or whatever. And we put up this great big poster of Avenged Sevenfold right there in his living room.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, that was some good times, man. It was. Yeah. Then your one buddy, Justin, Justin
Flowers.
Like, what's that?
Justin Flowers.
Yeah. Now, Is he still missing, or what's the deal there?
No, they found him. Yeah, they found his remains out in the desert.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's too bad. That is a hell of a dude, a fun guy, a hell of a musician too, you know.
He came back and played drums for us for a year when Darren first quit in 2015. Flowers, he was our drummer for 2015. So we did a good handful of shows with him. I haven't got a couple things I even recorded with him, but yeah, it's too bad he lived hard and fast,
Yeah. Because he was one that was out in San Diego when we were out there. I remember you guys just jamming on the beach and on an acoustic guitar, throwing the football around. That was you stop there again. I mean, how lucky were we to be able to play at a place like Cane's there in San Diego? You know what I mean? That sound was phenomenal. And then it was the coolest thing ever because it's on the beach. So the doors opened up and then they were letting all the people from the beach walk in while we were playing. And that is cool as hell. It is a really cool place.
Yeah, like the roof was like a place you could go up on the roof as well. And it was killer.
Yeah. But you take, I want to back up to some of this history quick because a lot of people don't know. And they always, I've got asked, how did we get that to blow up for you guys? Right. So I think a lot of it came because at that time, that's when MySpace was just starting out really. Right. And, Facebook was a thing, but it was only for college kids. You had to go to college. You had to have a college ID or whatever it was to have a Facebook, I think, at that time. But it wasn't like what it is now. But everything was through like MySpace and that kind of shit. But if you go back to that time frame, I think we got luckier in hell with just meeting the right people at the right time that got us in front of the right people, if that makes sense. Because it happened so fucking fast from booking just a tiny show in Rigby, Idaho, and next thing you know, you guys are opening for Disturbed, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you take a lot of that, though. I contribute a lot of that to Marty down there in Salt Lake. I mean, that guy had his hands in every fucking thing. And he helped me a lot just on the business side of things on how to do things. And then the avenues that he had, then you hooked up with like, Tommy Bolin, out there. Remember Tommy? I talk to Tommy probably twice a week.
Oh, that's awesome. Boy, how do you get anything done?
Yeah, no shit. That's my wife says the same damn thing, but
that guy can talk.
Yeah, good luck.
I remember one time he was like, call Jer wants to talk to you. I was like, he's awesome, but man, that guy can talk.
Yeah. And I was sitting right there. He just kept on going on and on and on. But no, I mean, you take some of these avenues that we've had and the luck that we had at those times. I mean, one, the band, you guys had a phenomenal live show, right? I mean, you guys with the hair, everything was spot on everything, right? But for whatever reason, we just missed that one niche, and I don't know where it was, but yeah, it was good. It was a good run. I'm not saying it's done, but for you guys, I'm just saying, you know what I mean, of just that chapter, if you would.
Those were the days, man. Those were some good days. And back when you could sell a fucking CD to somebody.
Yeah, there again, we did the Descendants and the CD release party, right? We were able to. I mean, look how we were able to do that, and it didn't even cost us anything because we just found sponsors and shit to do all that, right? Yeah, and it worked out well. And then guys, that was the biggest thing. I think guys just expected to show up for a live show and they thought they were going to be the next big thing. And that's not really the way it is. You got to like how we were out there, at CD release parties or hitting record stores or going to different shows. I mean, when you guys were out on tour with, what was that side project band of Saliva and remember
Solace
that?
for Now.
Yeah, Solace for Now. That ended up that bit me in the fucking ass. It bit me and Marty in the ass on that deal, but while you guys were out on tour, me and what's his name, Double D from K Bear and Howie Rock, and what's your one buddy, Jared, that get by you your guitar, Dan. And we all went down, to the Life of Agony and all that show to promote, our shows coming back through the area. You know what I mean? And
we do whatever it took.
Yeah. And but that was really kind of before the social media aspect. I mean, you had MySpace and that, but a lot of it was still on the ground and word of mouth. But this is a cool
still
time.
Talk on the phone and shit.
Yeah,
it's hard to get somebody to even talk to you on the phone anymore.
Really? Yeah. And that's what I would do. I mean, I would call places all over the place, all over the country, all over the western part of the United States that were booking shows, And I can't imagine what it'd be like today of doing all that. I mean,
everybody just wants to text, and then you can't even trust anybody because you don't even have a feel for who they are or hear their voice, and so it's just like so cold, and it sucks. I'm always trying to get people on the phone. I'm like, just can I call you? And they'll be like, and then but they don't ever answer, or I mean, once in a while you'll get somebody to call you, and I appreciate it when they do, but man, it was totally different back then.
Yeah.
I miss that.
We kind of ran that Idaho Falls area. I mean, it's kind of like the Motley Crue of the underground. God, we were always out every night. That was the other thing. I mean, Darren and I would always be out every night. Waylon would, what would you say? Waylon hit or miss? Depends on if Clint was in town.
Right. No, I was out a lot.
Yeah. Well, guys, been fun catching up and seeing how you guys are doing and sharing some stories and that. And what do you guys, I'll just ask you real quick, what do you guys have been listening to lately?
Shit, I don't know, man. I still listen to a lot of the old, the old good stuff, and the fucking Slipknot and Pantera and Down and I mean, as far as the newer stuff, I mean, I'll listen to a little bit of like Cattle Decapitation or I don't know. What about you, Waylon?
Well, I've been big on Avatar lately. I mean, that's been a couple of years now. I fucking dig Avatar. They're awesome. But I like a lot of different shit too. Listen to some of the oldies and Slayer.
Like that. Yeah. Like that Lorna Shore, pretty good because it really the guy gives voice lessons and stuff, so we're always working with his screams and shit like that. Yeah.
The big thing I've been into lately right now, there's the new Deftones. I'm really liking the new Deftones. And then there's another band that just came off a tour with them called the Barbarians of California. And that's I'm into that a little bit, but obviously I've heard some of the new Down on, they did a remake of a song by Dr. John, and I've heard that, and that's really, really good. The bass line in that is phenomenal. And of course, new Sun Don't Shine and all that has been really, really good. I'm really, really liking Kenny's vocals matching up with Kurt. from Crowbar and all that. It's been really good. But yeah, that's pretty much, and then obviously Life of Agony's back doing stuff, which is,
that's cool.
Really cool, I think, in my book, just because, you know,
I've been watching their practices. They'll do a little live thing in practice and whatnot, and it fucking sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think Keith sounds pretty good right now.
He does. Yeah.
So, but that's kind of what I've been into lately. Of course, like you said, all the older stuff, of course, Typo and, you know, Down, obviously, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm really looking forward to this new Corrosion of Conformity too. I don't know if you guys seen the new video that dropped on that. That turned out really good. A buddy of mine down in New Orleans, Mike Holgerbeest, did a video for the new Corrosion of Conformity, and that looks really, really good. It sounds really good too. But yeah, great video on that. So, but anyway, it's good catching up with you guys, and hopefully when I get out to Idaho here soon, maybe well, you guys got a show or something I could catch up, or if you guys are ever back this way, don't be afraid to look me up and get a hold of me. And of course, always hang out and have a couple beers or whatever. But
so those were some of the best shows we did on that tour. Was Clarion and Des Moines.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those were fucking awesome.
That Clarion show, that was a fun night too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my one buddy, he passed away. That was there. He passed away a couple of years ago. But
oh no.
Yeah, my other one that went down. My other buddy that was there, you know, he went to New Orleans with me and did the other podcast with me, and he's going to come on and do some other episodes with me in the future. It's just he's getting ready to retire as a sheriff and that, so he's got to wait his.
Yeah, I was thinking one of them was a cop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that passed away wasn't the cop guy. It was a different guy.
No, yeah. But yeah, this is some good. That's some good shows too. Those were almost sold out too. As far as standing room only, you know.
Yeah, they were good. I remember Stone Sour was playing at the one in Des Moines the very next night after we played there. Yeah. Yeah, man, it'd be good to get with you and do another one of these when we drop some of this new music.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I still talk to Jesse of Narcotic Self and all. Yeah, so I'd be able to steer you in his direction too. And
oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They're still in Nebraska?
Yeah, they're doing shows in Lincoln and all that. And then
fuck yeah.
There's another band that I started following up here in Mason City, and the guy's actually, he's like a private investigator. But he does like a podcast on this girl that's been missing from the news anchor that's been missing for quite some time. But he has a really good metal band too, and we're going to be doing a podcast here with him here shortly. But what I was getting to is there's another avenue of getting you some shows, you know, lined up with that too. So, but yeah,
that drummer Worm, he's been really wanting to do some kind of a tour. He's like, I've never been on any kind of tour, and he really wants to do that, you know. So
oh really?
Yeah. Be pretty awesome.
Yeah, those were some fun times. I mean, Christ, we went all. Then of all things, you know, the one time we had to remember your little Ranger pickup?
Yeah.
And we just had that fucking camper shell over it. Yep. You were driving, Darren and I were in the back, and his car was passing us, and these kids were sitting there looking at it, and I jumped up out of the fucking side window, scared the piss out of them.
Oh God.
I mean, there's a prime example. We rode all the way down to Salt Lake from Idaho Falls, all the way down to Salt Lake in the back of a pickup like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it only fit two in the front and then two laying down in the back with the shell on it. There's a little four-banger Ford and pulling the trailer. It'd only go 55 miles an hour with the pedal all the way down.
Yeah.
And then, dude, we pulled that trailer with that truck, and we played Salt Lake, we played Montana, played Wyoming, all over through there, you know.
Yeah.
I can't believe we did some of the shit in that little truck. That was a good truck.
It's hard to believe though. Remember Big Timber, Montana?
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ. Now
That's a good one.
here's a prime example real quick of totally left field of how fucked up things could go
Yeah.
out on the road real fast. And it was the Solace for Now tour is when it was. And because we were supposed to play in Billings, Montana with them.
You got canceled or something.
And they kicked us off the show because the night before in Casper, you guys almost sold out of your t-shirts and they weren't selling anything. And then they were pissed and you guys called. We were just coming back from Salt Lake. Dan and I and that were, and you guys called saying, yeah, we got kicked off the show tonight. And we're like, well, fuck, we'll drive up there. So we drove all the way to Billings then. And I think we were sitting in a strip club of all things.
Yeah, we were at that.
And we didn't know what we were going to do. Yeah, Bozeman.
Planet Lockwood in Bozeman.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what it was. And anyway, I'm on the phone trying to get a show someplace. I called some of the people that I knew, and they ended up finding us a show in Big Timber, Montana, which was about, an hour and a half, 2 hours from where we were, in the middle of the fucking state of Montana.
Yep.
Now, keep in mind, this is the scene, so everyone kind of understands this. You guys thought you were playing that night to a sold out show in Bozeman, right? You guys have your hair all spiked up, shit. Everybody, Rob's all fucking makeup up and everything. We come walking into this bar in Big Timber, Montana. We come walking into the bar. Everybody's in fucking toga wear.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I remember that now.
And they're all wearing toga party. And we're looking around like, what the fuck? And everyone's looking at us like, who the fuck are these guys? Because Spike's coming up. And I think this was, I think it was Matt that was in the band then, because he had those dreadlock deals going on. But anyway, you guys set up. And when you guys started, because you guys opened up with Hold Them, right?
Probably, yeah.
And it was just fucking chaos the whole fucking night after that. Because then we sold out of every fucking thing that you guys had, every fucking t-shirt, everything. I mean, even the Jaeger posters were gone. And then we went to the big after party, right? And the guy that owned the bar was just over the moon because how much shit was sold of alcohol for Jaeger and all that. And then he's like, I got to have you guys back. So we set up a show where we had all the rooms paid for. We all had our own rooms. Plus a guarantee, meals. I mean, everything. It was a fucking great. It was a gold mine. And who would have ever thought just because we got kicked off the show? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And that was just like a little hole in the wall town, like a logging town or some shit.
It's Sweetwater County.
Yeah. But man, they partied fucking hard there, man. It was fun. Yeah, we had a ton. We ended up playing a ton of shows there over the next couple of years through there. You know, that was a good fucking place.
Yeah, no, it's Sweetweed County is what it's called.
Sweetweed County.
Yeah, because there was a guy at the show that had the Sweetweed County employee, and then his name was Jesus, but it's spelled like Jesus. And Dan's like, I got to buy that shirt from you. And I think he gave him like $50 for the shirt. Because it said Sweet Leaf County, Montana, and then Jesus. And you know how Dan was. He'd always walk around with a fucking joint or whatever, you know. Hey, I'm Jesus, but it's Jesus. And then he'd always.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that Big Timber, and you even take Bozeman, Bozeman. And what was that? In the basement there. That was always a good spot too.
Oh yeah. What the fuck was that place called?
The filling station?
Filling station. Yep.
Yeah.
filling station.
That was a good little fucking, the sound in there was always incredible.
Yeah, they had the best sound of any place we played, and they even record you and send you home with the fucking CD.
That's right. Yeah. Do you still have any of those?
I need to find one. Dude, I remember he ended up giving that CD to K-Bear, and fucking Hammer played some of that shit on the Four Locals Only right off that CD. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
he played one of our regular songs, and then it got over, and I'm thinking, okay, there's going to be some other band, and then he played a fucking other one, and it was one off of that live that live fucking filling station CD. It's like, Jesus.
They're swearing and everything else on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, back then it was the fucking Wild West for sure. So many times
they even played Chickenhead one time, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
For Locals Only.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember him playing fucking Full Circle, fucking there's no fucking justice. Just like right there on on K-Bear, you're just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the days, man.
Now we're going to be raising all kinds of red flags for him of Jay Davis and who is what's his face still there?
Victor Wilt.
Victor Wilt. And, them motherfuckers are.
Nah, those guys are awesome.
Yeah. But
Victor,
Double D. Whatever happened with him? I wonder.
I don't know.
Great guy. He did a lot for us. And.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's good catching up. I appreciate your guys' time and
fuck yeah. We appreciate you having us, man.
Tell Rob hi, and too bad he couldn't join us, but I'm glad he's back in. It sounds great. You guys sound great, and I can't wait to see you guys in person and hear you guys' new stuff and that. And in case you haven't heard or whatever, check these guys out on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all over. It's Denots. It's not hard. It's stoned backwards. And great bunch of guys, been around for quite some time. And if you like corn meets, what would you say, Jared? How would you describe your genre?
I don't know. Corn, Pantera, Slipknot, Machine Head, something like that.
Yeah. But check them out. You can find them on YouTube and all that. Bunch of live stuff on there. And go follow them. And with that being said, I can't thank Outdoor Image enough for the sponsorship. And, of course, thanks, Gary. And to all the guys that have come on board over the last year, thanks again. And I can't appreciate everything that's been done. And with that being said, toodaloo, buckaroo.